Hello and welcome to the 25th ever episode of Blow the Whistle. That's right, we've reached a quarter century, but unfortunately to help us celebrate, I could only find Jack Green. First up, we're talking about Liverpool. They're out of the EFL Cup and seemingly out the title race as well. So Jack, my question to you is Jurgen Klopp all he's cracked up to be?
I think it's time we at least look at what Klopp's actually achieved at Liverpool. An 8th place finish last season, lost in the Europa League final, and they've started again this year after a good start. They've only got one win in 2017 from 7 games, and that was a cup replay against Plymouth. And while he's made them a really good attacking side, those defensive frailties remain. Conceding more goals than Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs, all of which are getting stronger, so Liverpool get weaker. The AFCON really has exposed how reliant on Mane they are. They've been poor since he left. And although we parrot on about Klopp's record, 5 finals defeats in a row, there is some truth in the fact that he can't get his teams over the line. This was a chance to change that, and he blew it. But you're still on the bandwagon.
I absolutely am, yeah. 2 major finals he reached last year without having a full season in charge. And this year, I remember being on this show towards the start of the season and saying that Liverpool make the top 4 and it being a bit of an outlandish opinion. He's overachieving. A lot of it is made of the defensive record, but before that defeat to Southampton, all 5 of their defeats were without Matip in the team. Any team would struggle without their best defender. And yes, you're right, Mane is his only real sort of marquee signing. Other than that, he's been shopping in the bargain basement because he's got a long-term plan. Under Klopp, Liverpool have only lost 1 of 13 against their major rivals. They're almost there. They are a force to be reckoned with.
Right, round 2, and we're talking about one of the biggest issues in the game, diving. Raheem Sterling at the weekend chose to stay on his feet against Tottenham to his own side's detriment, which begs the question, Tom, are we too harsh on players that dive?
I think we might be. I'm not condoning outright cheating, but there's a big difference between actual simulation when you feign contact and going down when you feel you've been impeded. All of us as football fans, there's a big dichotomy between our emotions and our morals. We want players to be honest, but if it's our team that benefit from a bit of poor sportsmanship, we'll probably turn a blind eye. We can't call for players to do everything they can for the cause and do whatever it takes to win, and then have a go at them when they take an opportunity that presents itself. If you're shoved in the back, or if a flailing leg impedes your path to goal, you've got every right to go down. It would be unprofessional not to. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Look, I think we've got to the stage now where we're acknowledging that diving is part of the game, and I don't think that's good enough. We should be looking to fix the problem, not just accept it. What kind of precedent does it set when we're encouraging players to be more dishonest when so many are already trying to deceive referees? Sterling would have won a penalty at the weekend if he went to ground, but that doesn't mean it's right. We already say that refereeing is an impossible job, that it's so difficult, so let's help them. Let's create a genuine deterrent against diving, and that means retrospective bans. They've got them in Scotland, they work over there, why can't we bring them over here? It makes perfect sense, it will cut this whole thing out and we'll have to stop talking about this every week.
Okay, third and final round, we're talking about Crystal Palace. After slipping into relegation zone, they're now just 1 point off the bottom of the table. So Jack, can Big Sam still be their saviour?
Yes, I think he can. Allardyce himself has acknowledged this is going to take at least until the last couple of weeks of the season, and he is the man to do it. In terms of experience, only Wenger, Ferguson, Moyes and Redknapp have managed more games in the Premier League, and most of his seasons have been relegation battles. Look at the one with Sunderland. He took over, they were 19th, they had 3 points, they had no chance of staying up, and he kept them up. And if you look at Palace's team at the moment, yes, their defence is weak, but he can sort that out, and they've scored more goals than all the 8 teams in the Premier League. They've got the firepower to stay up. Tom, you can't tell me if you were given Clement, Karanka, Silva or Allardyce that you wouldn't pick him. He's the man to keep them up. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I tell you the thing that shocked me was his quotes the other week when he was saying he wasn't scared of losing his job, he was scared of losing his own unblemished record of never being relegated from the Premier League. That suggests that he's only in it for himself and is hardly going to do much to inspire his players and build a siege mentality. It hasn't done so far, 1 point from 5 league games. The thing with Allardyce is that he thrives on making his teams hard to beat, but under his predecessor Pardew, they were just so easily undone. I think I'm right in saying that no team conceded more goals, all got fewer points per game than Palace all season. January transfer window will be key, but by then it might be too late.
Right, so you've heard the topics, you've heard the arguments, and now it's over to you.
So tell us who you think came out on top in all 3 debates in the comment section below. We're replying to all of those, and we'll be giving £10 free bets to our favourite ones.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of Blow the Whistle.